Hi there. Hey, I'm Jen Rice, and I wanted to jump in here today and talk about craniosacral therapy because this was a totally just new concept to me. I'd never tried this before, and I just went on Tuesday and I posted kind of my experience here, and I got a lot of questions, and then a lot of my friends were messaging me like, what exactly do they do? Is this something that I should think about? Hey, you guys, thanks for jumping on here. Talking about craniosacral therapy, and I didn't know what it was at all. So the story went like, I pulled something around here, and we don't care so much about the reason I went, but it was like a neck shoulder thing that had been going on, I don't know, gosh, I think since August. So when we moved to South Carolina and moved back, for our little 2-week moving vacation, I did a lot of lifting with Dennis, and, just something got pulled. And I did the whole traditional, hey, Lisa, thanks for jumping on. I did the whole traditional things like rice, rest, ice, elevation, the whole compression thing, just kind of massage. Dennis was trying to, for those of you guys that don't know, Dennis is a massage therapist. He's really good at what he does. It was helping, but it was keeping me maybe from taking as much ibuprofen or Tylenol or things. But so anyway, I go out to Idaho to visit my friend Heather, and her and I get to talking about this thing kind of happening for me, and she's like, maybe you should try craniosacral. And I'm like, I don't know what that is, but it didn't really matter. I didn't even ask that many questions about it. I mean, she said it worked for her and it was helpful for her back, so maybe I should go. So I put that in the back of my mind, and a couple weeks ago, I start looking around and I find someone that practices this. So who I found was someone who works for a large hospital group here, who is a licensed acupuncture and doctor of Oriental medicine, I think was her title. But I know that there are, from what after reading, doing some research, I see that there are licensed, massage therapists that also offer this, all kinds of places. Hey, Kristen, great to see you. Thanks for being here. So I know sounds really crazy, but as someone who usually likes to know everything about everything, I literally knew nothing, and I just went. And so then I did the research on the back end, which is what I wanted to come on and not just say to you guys, yeah, you should totally get it done because I feel 70% better, which is the truth. This is 70% better. I don't know. I mean, it wasn't a huge workout. I mean, there was some acupuncture involved too. She also did some things it's called energy clearing, which I think is a whole other video probably, but I feel so much better. So I'm thinking whatever it was is probably really helpful. And she mentioned things to me it seemed like it was C2, C3, so the cervical C2, C3. And so now I'm on the back end because I feel better. I want to tell all my friends that have pain issues, just a lot of stress, or I want to tell them to go check it out because that's how good I feel. Hey, Michelle. But I sound pretty not very, I guess, scholarly because I really didn't know anything about it. So I went on and I checked some things out, and so I have some information now, which I hope will be helpful for you guys. So craniosacral therapy is actually, it's a gentle treatment that releases tensions deep though within the body. And it was pioneered by a doctor of osteopath, so a DO. His name is John Upledger. And he did a bunch of testing at Michigan State University between 1975 and 1983 to kind of prove these concepts. And I love a good story. So this is how this DO even designed this treatment. He was, I think in 1970 it said, he was in the OR during surgery, and he was assisting. And he noticed that there was a movement going on within the surgery. And this wasn't like a super detailed account of exactly what he saw, but anyway, he saw a movement, and this would later be identified as a craniosacral system. And at the time that he saw this, there were like no textbooks, no literature that could explain exactly what he saw. So he set out to search for and to study exactly what this was. And he went back to like even the 1900s. So there was this Dr. William Sutherland, who is the father of, it says, cranial osteopathy. And he went back and kind of looked at what he had done. And then, like I said, between 1975 and 1983, at the Michigan State University, he set off to scientifically confirm the existence of this cranial bone motion. I don't know, you know, I mean, I'm kind of a science person. I like that when things can be like a little more concrete, although I'm opening that up a bit. But so he was saying that he wanted to prove that there was actually this cranial bone motion and how this worked. And so he did. So between 75 and 83, he aligns himself with these people within the university, all great minds, and they actually prove that this exists. And from there, he develops this whole craniosacral therapy. And what people are using this for, and I stun myself sitting here thinking like, how do I not know about this? And I've been a practicing PA for 14 years, and maybe this might have helped someone along the way. I can imagine it might. So what the practitioner does is obviously they get certified, and they use like the weight of a nickel, so like super light touch, right, to release restrictions in the soft tissue that surround the central nervous system. And so basically when we have an injury, like I had through here, the tissues tighten, and then it distorts like the whole craniosacral system evidently. And this causes a lot of tension, right? So tension, pain, just like that feeling of something tight, right? And it creates like this barrier to healthy performance of your body. And when they do this procedure, it's kind of releasing this tension. So I thought, this is so cool. Like, even if it halfway works, like, honestly, guys, it was a $125 appointment. I would have paid, I don't even know what I would have paid, because I feel so much better. And I'm not saying that you'll definitely get the same results, but even if you get a little bit, I would think it's worth it. It's certainly worth its weight in gold when it's compared to maybe prescriptive medicines or even our over-the-counter pain relievers and these kind of things that can cause other issues. So some things that I looked up that it helps with, I knew the one about pain, but dysfunction in general, something like not moving like it used to be, headaches, chronic fatigue, other central nervous system disorders. So that just started getting my mind going in a lot of different directions to certain friends I have that have different conditions, and how I have to hurry up and jump on the phone and kind of tell them about this or what it helped me with, and whether or not it may or may not do for them what it has done for me in like 2 short days, but maybe it will. And then of course, autism. Like autism, I thought, people are doing craniosacral therapy for autism? Wow. Again, it's not maybe something covered by insurance. I don't know. Insurance is very complicated these days. I don't have it covered by insurance. It was a $125 visit for me. I plan on going back just for a little bit, because when you have a good thing happen, you kind of want more of that thing to happen. And so I don't think it's like a one treatment and done anyway, but I will say that from Tuesday afternoon to right now, and yesterday I worked all day, in the clinic. So I was in front of where it would kick up for me is I'd be in front of a computer, right? And I'm looking and I'm charting, and I'd start to get this like I'd have to crack my neck, I'd have to move around, maybe get up and stretch. It only interrupted me maybe 2 times yesterday out of a whole day, whereas before I couldn't get through, it was getting to where I couldn't really get through maybe an hour without feeling the symptoms or having to, like, it was becoming more of almost like a habit type of thing that I was dealing with. So for what it's worth, there is a website that I can put in the comment section, and oh, thanks, Lisa. And I actually got that done I got my hair done right after that craniosacral appointment, because I had been putting off getting my hair done because, guys, I didn't want to sit in the chair for like 2 hours because I was that uncomfortable. And then the whole shampoo bowl thing, I mean, I might be losing some people here, like any of my male watchers are like, whatever. But, you know, it could be like a 2-hour thing to get your hair done. And I had been putting it off for a while because I didn't want to go do it because I didn't want to be uncomfortable. And so when I left that appointment, I was like, I'm going by the salon and see if they can get me in. And I did great. And so I'll put the website in below. I hope this video is helpful to you. I'm not saying it's full of like pixie dust and miracles and, I don't know, fairy godmothers, but it was a small investment to see if it was helpful. And like I said, I'm 70% better. So I just feel compelled to share and to say that if you want to look it up in the website, find obviously a certified practitioner, someone who's been through, maybe even someone with a credential similar to the person I saw. It was kind of neat that she was able to do the acupuncture at the same time. So, you know, there are people that are doing all kinds of things like this. And it sounds like, since it was originated from DOs, that maybe there are in fact some DOs even doing this whole thing as well. But I didn't see a DO. I saw a doctor of Oriental medicine, licensed acupuncturist, who also was certified in craniosacral therapy, if that helps anybody. So if you know someone who, oh yeah, head rubbing, any head rubbing, yeah, is, maybe they have pain, there's some issues. I mean, we all have stress and things, but think about maybe craniosacral and see if that might fit in for them. And if this video is helpful to you, you can always tag them on it or share it. Anytime I come across something that's helpful, and maybe it was the energy clearing part, that could have helped too. I'm sure that helped. And that, like I said, is maybe something that I don't even understand that well, but I'm all for something that helps. So I hope you guys have a great day. And if you want, I have a business page called Jenn International. Over there, there's some additional information from time to time, and all about kind of health and kind of finding our best health that we can, right? I hope you guys have a great day. Talk to you soon.